Welcome back. California Democrats highly critical of stepped-up immigration raids in Los Angeles, and this includes Congresswoman Norma Torres, who was denied entry to a federal facility holding ICE detainees.
I stepped out of LA so that order can be restored.
Congresswoman Torres joins us now. She represents California's 35th congressional district, east of Los Angeles. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. Your district is not the epicenter of this, but your constituents are affected. Tell me how, and characterize the tactics you believe immigration, customs, and enforcement are using.
Absolutely. Thank you, Major Garrett, for the opportunity to talk to your listeners. You know, it is extremely disappointing that the federal government cannot follow and abide by their own laws. Number one, ICE agents should not be coming into a community armed to the teeth, covering their faces in undisclosed vehicles, unmarked vehicles with no license plates, and profiling people simply because of the color of their skin. They don't have warrants in many of those cases. They do not allow for due process. And what we are saying is that these tactics have really are the cause of what we are now seeing in the community. Los Angeles is a very complex city with a lot of different groups. It's almost as a world within a city. Many different groups, many different agendas. The people that understand the city better are the Los Angeles Police Department and the leaders in Los Angeles. And we ought to be giving them the opportunity to calm the situation. The situation cannot be calmed until ICE stops conducting their raids, the violent raids that they have continued to conduct.
Congresswoman, you have heard Tom Homan, the president's border czar, say over and over again, these enforcement actions, those are his words, are meant to take off the street national security threats or public safety threats. And that's the core of their mission. Do you disagree that that is the core of the ICE mission?
I absolutely disagree that is the core, I think that they are lying and utilizing this talking point as a way to target the Latino community that has created an opportunity for the entire state of California to grow its economy to the level of rising up to being the fourth largest global economy in the world. We do not need the assistance of these irrational chaos staff or the chaos that Trump has created in our communities. They are responsible for what is happening in our city, and they will be held responsible for the many injuries that our local law enforcement officers have suffered and the damages into our communities.
On Thursday, undocumented immigrants went to a federal courthouse for a check-in. And as we understand it, they were held for some number of hours in a basement there. And as I understand it, Congresswoman, you and other members of Congress sought access to that facility. Explain to my audience what happened next.
Absolutely. We left Washington, D.C., and most of us arrived like after midnight to LAX. And by 8 o'clock in the morning, we presented ourselves at the federal building downtown Los Angeles. We were there, 4 members of Congress, our staff, 2 nonprofit organizations that were documented the incident that occurred the night before, with attorneys that were providing us with a briefing before we went in, or we were trying to go inside the building. We began communicating with our liaison inside the building, who told us to stand by, that she was trying to get authority to allow us into the facility. At some point, they said for us to move to the side of the building and to go to a little side door where attorneys present themselves to talk to detainees. We were there speaking to the authorities through a a video camera. We presented our congressional IDs, and we said we are 4 members of Congress, and we want to be invited in, and we need to have a briefing on what has happened, and we need oversight. We cited the law that provides us the right to go into these facilities unannounced. And for about 4 hours, they kept us there waiting and waiting and waiting until they began to deploy a chemical agent into the air. We know that they deployed it. We have verified witnesses that verify that they deployed it twice. But we believe that this chemical agent was deployed 3 times while we were there in an effort to get members of Congress, to stop members of Congress from doing our job, and that's to provide oversight. That facility, by the way, I visited that facility back in March of this year. The max capacity there is 100. There are rumors, we cannot verify that because we were not allowed inside, that at that time they were holding close to 1,000 people. And that would make sense, could be the reason why they did not allow us inside, because they didn't want us to see the chaos that they had inside, depriving people of basic needs like water and food and a bed. We did see 9 vans leave the location during the time that we were there.
Congresswoman, are you saying you were attacked? Number one. Number two, and if so, and if you believe that, is that why you posted on social media Friday that ICE needs to, in your words, get the F, I can't say what you said, out of Los Angeles?
No, Friday, I posted that as I was on a plane flying to LAX, and I was seeing this violence being unleashed in a community that I served as a 911 dispatcher for over 17 years. And I posted that ICE needed to get the F out of Los Angeles to allow the local jurisdiction to keep control or to take back control of the situation. I stand by those comments. We would not be having this violence if Trump had not sent ICE in the way that they responded. Let's step back and think back to the last time, 5 years ago, when we had violent demonstrations in the street. Who was in office then? It was Donald Trump. Fast forward 5 years, and again, we have these violent demonstrations. And who is in charge again? It's Donald Trump, creating chaos where chaos should not be happening. ICE agents in the past have come in and arrested people. They have a list, they have warrants, and they've taken and arrested people. And we haven't had the problems that we are seeing today. Why? Because their mission has changed. It is about quotas. It is about disappearing people. When they arrest someone, there is no justification. There is the database that they are supposed to update every time they bring somebody in so that the loved ones can find the location where their family member is, and they can send either an attorney or somebody to represent them. They are denying all of that information. Why? Because everyone is being fast-tracked to deportation.
California Democratic Congresswoman Norma Torres, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Nice to see you.